Let's get right to it. Kicking off our list is the British action thriller SAS Red Notice. The film follows Tom Buckingham, an SAS operative traveling with his girlfriend to Paris with plans to propose. Their romantic journey is violently interrupted when their train is hijacked deep within the Channel Tunnel. A ruthless mercenary named Grace Lewis and her army have seized control, holding everyone hostage and threatening their lives unless their demands are met. Tom must use his elite training to fight the terrorists from the inside to save everyone. He becomes the passenger's only hope against a well-armed and highly organized force. The film delivers a high-stakes and claustrophobic action experience from start to finish. At number 9 is the Hong Kong action epic Raging Fire. The story centers on Sean, a highly respected and righteous police officer known for his unwavering integrity. His past comes back to haunt him when his former protege, Ngo, returns seeking bloody revenge. Ngo and his crew of ex-cops were imprisoned because of Sean's testimony years ago, feeling utterly betrayed by the man they once admired. Sean is forced to hunt down his former brother-in-arms in a violent and personal game of cat and mouse. This film is a masterful tribute to classic Hong Kong action cinema, filled with incredible shootouts and fight choreography. It stands as the final and one of the greatest works from the late director Benny Chan. Coming in at number 8 is the wildly inventive sci-fi film Boss Level. The movie follows Roy Pulver, a retired Special Forces soldier who finds himself trapped in a bizarre and deadly time loop. Every single morning, he wakes up only to be hunted down and brutally killed by a group of eccentric assassins. After he dies, the day immediately resets and starts all over again, forcing him to relive his death countless times. With each new reset, Roy learns more about his predicament and becomes a better fighter. He must piece together clues about a secret government project to save his ex-wife and finally break the loop. This film is a hugely entertaining mix of explosive action, clever sci-fi, and dark comedy. Number 7 is the Dutch war film The East, set during a brutal conflict. The story follows a young Dutch soldier named Johan during the Indonesian War of Independence. He joins an elite task force led by a charismatic but utterly ruthless captain known as the Turk. Their mission is to suppress the local rebellion using any and all means necessary, pushing the boundaries of warfare. As the violence escalates, Johan finds himself torn between his sworn duty and his growing conscience. The film is a harrowing and unflinching look at the horrors of colonial warfare. It powerfully explores the moral compromises soldiers are forced to make in the name of victory. At number 6 is the action comedy blockbuster, The Fall Guy. The film centers on Colt Seavers, a battle-scarred stuntman who retired from the business a year earlier to focus on his health. He is lured back into the industry to work on a sci-fi epic being directed by his ex-girlfriend, Jodie Moreno. The situation gets complicated when the movie's lead star, Tom Ryder, mysteriously disappears from the set. Now, Colt must track down the star, win back the love of his life, and somehow survive a real-life criminal plot. He soon discovers that this mystery is far more dangerous than any stunt he's ever performed. This movie is a fun-filled love letter to the stunt community, packed with incredible action and great comedy. Number 5 is the action thriller Redemption Day. The story follows Brad Paxton, a decorated U.S. Marine captain suffering from PTSD after returning home from a mission. His wife, Kate, is a renowned archaeologist who travels to Morocco for a major new discovery. While there, she is kidnapped near the Algerian border by a ruthless terrorist group who hold her for a massive ransom. With little help from the U.S. government, Brad is forced back into action, launching his own rescue mission. He must navigate a dangerous world of international politics and military conflict to save the woman he loves. The film is a high-stakes thriller about one man's desperate fight for his family. At number 4 is the survival thriller Endangered Species. An American family travels to a vast wildlife reserve in Kenya for what they hope will be a dream vacation. Against the advice of park guides, the father decides to drive their van off the main path to get a better look at the animals. Their vehicle is soon attacked and flipped over by a charging rhinoceros, leaving them injured and stranded. With no food, no water, and no way to call for help, they must fight to survive the harsh African wilderness. They must also fend off deadly predators like leopards and hyenas, while their own family tensions boil over. It's a tense thriller that pits a fractured family against the unforgiving forces of nature. Next up at number 3 is the suspenseful thriller Locked In. The film follows a single mother named Maggie who must protect her teenage daughter from her abusive ex-boyfriend. After a violent confrontation, Maggie and her daughter take refuge in a high-tech, nearly empty storage facility. They believe they have found a temporary safe haven from the outside world, but their security is shattered when 2 professional thieves break in. A tense and deadly game of cat and mouse ensues through the facility's labyrinthine corridors. Maggie must use her wits, courage, and knowledge of the building to outsmart the thieves and survive the night. This is a claustrophobic and suspenseful action thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seat. At number 2, we have the superhero comedy Thunder Force. The movie is set in a world where sociopathic supervillains, known as miscreants, are an everyday problem. It centers on 2 estranged childhood best friends, Lydia and Emily, who reunite as adults. Emily is a brilliant scientist who has dedicated her life to fighting back against the villains and has finally developed a formula that can give ordinary people incredible superpowers. After Lydia accidentally injects herself with the super strength formula, the 2 women must team up. They become the city's first ever superhero team, known as Thunder Force, to protect the city from the king. The film is a fun and lighthearted take on the superhero genre, available exclusively on Netflix. And our top pick is the action thriller Vanquish. The story centers on Victoria, a former Russian drug courier who is trying to live a clean and quiet life with her young daughter. Her dark past catches up to her when a corrupt retired cop named Damon kidnaps her child to use as leverage. He forces Victoria to use her old skills to make 5 dangerous cash pickups from gangsters across the city in one night. Armed with a motorcycle, guns, and a body cam, Victoria wages a one-woman war on the criminal underworld. She must eliminate a series of violent gangsters to complete her mission and get her daughter back safely. This film is a stylish and fast-paced thriller that delivers non-stop action.